All right, there's breaking news coming in on this story right now. After Asaduddin Owaisi, the Congress MP Nasir Hussain has given an adjournment notice in the Lok Sabha about China. Now, he's given a notice of the short duration discussion under Rule 176 in the Rajya Sabha to discuss the India-China face-off in the Tawang sector, Arunachal Pradesh. I'm crossing over to CNN News 18's Pallavi Ghosh, who's joining us live to get us more. Pallavi, will the opposition be disrupting the parliament for this? Are there any plans from the government to respond?
Well, I certainly think so. I mean, the mood certainly seems to be set to corner the government on it. There are several adjournment notices which have already been given, one by the Congress party, of course, then, of course, by Asaduddin Owaisi. Look, when it comes to China issue, intrusions, Chinese intrusions into Indian territory, this certainly has been one issue on which the Congress party has always tried to corner the government on. In fact, if you go through the earlier sound bites of Rahul Gandhi, he has always accused the government of, putting a lid over it, not coming out with the facts, and actually hoodwinking, to use his words, the parliament as well. So I think he seizes an opportunity, and the Congress certainly wouldn't want to let go of the government on this, despite the fact that the Congress president did say that on national issues, we are going to be there with the government, but we also want the government to tell us the truth. So what's really going to happen in Parliament today, I suspect when it's going to reconvene at around 11 a.m., there's bound to be a commotion in both the houses of Parliament, Aisha. And I think they're going to be demanding that, one, the Prime Minister should be there. And second, there should be a statement either from the Defense Minister or from the External Affairs Minister.
All right, Pallavi, thank you for that. I do want you to stay with us. Right now, we're getting some more breaking news coming in on the story. Now, as per government sources, the Yangtze incident seems to be an attempt by China to change the status quo, taking advantage of the snow, which covers all physical markers, if any, of claim lines. Now, sources also say that with Arunachal developing infrastructure of air and road traffic, even in far-flung areas, China has been uncomfortable with this. Now, I'm crossing over to CNN News 18's Arnima to get us more. Arnima, over to you.
So, we have been reporting that the government is of the view that this entire incident has happened because China has objected to various developments that have happened in Arunachal Pradesh, including the visit of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the development of airstrip at Pasighat, the road construction that is happening, even for Tawang area, Dirang, which is the nearest airstrip which the state government is trying to develop as well. So all these infrastructural developments that are happening, not going down well with China. The assessment here in New Delhi seems to be that China was trying to utilize the winter months, the snowbound stretch, to try and shift the claim line. Of course, along the line of action control, there is constant tussle. There are claims made by both sides, but there are some status quo areas that are maintained. What happened in Yangtze, government here believes that perhaps it was an attempt to change that claim line, change the status quo, push the claim line. Since snow has covered most of the physical markers, if any, this could have been an attempt to intrude and take over what India claims to be its own territory. But there has been a significant pushback from Indian Army. We are told, though China has not confirmed, that injuries on their side are much more than the 6 that the Indian government and the Indian Army has confirmed for our soldiers.
Absolutely. Arnima, one more follow-up question for you. Can we expect a statement from the Defense Minister on this?
So we have been seeking from government functionaries whether Raksha Mantri will make a statement suo moto. Since there are so many notices in Rajya Sabha, there's a short duration discussion notice by Congress in Lok Sabha. Also, there are adjournment notices by AIM, as well as Congress parties also pushing the envelope there. So far, we are told no decision has been taken. However, government functionaries are telling us that we don't deter from answering any question. We don't deter from having any discussion. But since it involves China, it involves a lot of diplomatic repercussions. We're also waiting for the next full commander level talks to happen. This will be a well thought out and well discussed decision whether Raksha Mantri or External Affairs Minister should make a statement on it.
Absolutely. Arnima, I'd like you to stay with us. We are also being joined by CNN News 18's Foreign Affairs correspondent Abhishek Jha and CNN News 18's Akash Sharma as well. And he's joining us live from the Defense Ministry. First, I'm going to be crossing over to Abhishek Jha to really understand more about the international angle of this. Now, Abhishek, essentially, how is this expected to impact bilateral ties when it comes to India and China?
So Aisha, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has already told in the last several weeks that India and China bilateral relationship has been at a very difficult and bad phase, if you can say, and also that unless until these boundary issues is sorted, it cannot be the situation that was pre-Galwan level. So to go back to the pre-Galwan level bilateral relationship, China needs to have some negotiation. China needs to be a little more flexible, but with the kind of military overtures that we are witnessing from the Chinese side, that it is amassing troops, and there has been massive troop deployments along LSE at various points. In fact, the disengagement process from the Chinese side has also not finished 100%. And in the last several rounds of talks, almost 70 rounds of Corps Commander level talks has happened between the two sides, but the disengagement along Ladakh in eastern border is still to be done, and with the latest front that China is trying to open up in Arunachal Pradesh, the bilateral tie, the diplomatic tie is bound to go down only.
All right, Abhishek, stay with us. I also want to bring in CNN News 18's Akash Sharma, who's actually joining us live from Vijay Chowk. Akash, essentially, tell us more about the Defence Ministry's reaction to this.
Right. So first of all, I'll come to the question as to what led to this particular clash. So, our sources are telling us that it was a routine patrolling, and, Chinese side had ill intentions, because we know the kind of area we have in the particular sector, and we have been given to understand that it's not an all-weather approach area, and that was the reason why Chinese side was looking for dominance. Also, they had ill intentions, and that's the reason why they were more in numbers. Also, we have been given to understand that they had some, handmade weapons, specifically the monkey face and all other things. And that is the reason why, they provocated first and got the befitting reply. Also, talking about the particular sector, so it is the most sensitive sector after Eastern Ladakh. We know the condition, and in fact, talking about 2020 clash, so we know that how, 20 of our brave hearts laid their lives. But after 2020, this is first incident where we are seeing this physical clash. And also, while it is about the actual line of control, so we know that we have more than 24 to 25 friction points, specifically in the Eastern Ladakh area. But as of now, while it is about Arunachal Pradesh, so it seems like that China is eyeing this particular sector as well. And, we have reported this particular incident on 9th of December. We are learning that, we have 6 injuries, but injuries on the other sides are more. And, we are expecting somewhere that, we'll get some sort of official statement from Raksha Mantri as well. But, only the time will tell as to how government will respond to that.
All right, I'd like to ask our reporters to stay with us as we listen into some reactions on this story.
और इस इंसिडेंट में बोथ साइड में इंजर हुआ. अपना इंडियन आर्मी में भी बहुत लोगों को इंजर हुआ, लेकिन चाइना में मेजर इंजर हुआ. आई पर्सनली कंडेम द एक्ट ऑफ पीएलए ने जो काम किया ये बहुत गलत है, क्योंकि हमारा इंडियन सोल्जर्स बॉर्डर में 1 इंच भी हम नहीं सरेंगे, और चाइना जितना भी कोशिश करेंगे हमारा इंडियन आर्मी इसका जवाब देंगे.
I see the whole thing as one-sided. India is very true to its words, so they continue doing it as per the SOPs laid down. But Chinese are waiting. So they wait for a chance where they can violate, they can intrude, and thinking that they can overwhelm with scuffling. The question is, it means Chinese cannot be trusted. So how long are you going to trust China?
All right, now I'm going to cross back over to our reporters. We have CNN News 18's Abhishek Jha and Akash Sharma joining us to tell us more. Abhishek, I want to come to you to ask you more about why Tawang is such an important strategic area.
So, Arunachal is almost at the south of Tibet. Tibet has been an autonomous region, but China has always maintained that Tibet belongs to the mainland China. We have also seen the Dalai Lama, who was exiled from China, having political asylum in India. He lives in Himachal and Dharamshala. And Dalai Lama has been sort of an eyesore to the authoritarian regime, the communist regime that is in China. And for that matter, Arunachal is a border area that China has always tried to claim as its own. And the latest military aggression that we are witnessing in China along the line of actual control in Tawang area, which has also been one of the flashpoint, one of the key strategic locations during the 1960 war between India and China, is because China wants to clearly indicate that this area belongs to them and this area has a military dominance from the Chinese side. Tawang is also one of the major Buddhist monastery site, and the Lama, that's the seat of Buddhism in Tawang, is almost second highest in rank. And these are the major religious and strategic issues that China has always tried to claim those regions as its own. And we have also seen in the recent months, multiple reports of Chinese side creating new villages, new habitations, and bringing their people to live in there, and claim that these people have been living there for permanently, and so this whole region belongs to them. Because line of actual control, Aisha, is yet not a very clear line. It is a line of perception from both sides claim line of control as per their own own mechanism, but because of the multiple skirmishes and differences, it has been agreed upon in the 1993 agreement that both sides will respect each other's line of perception, while not having any prejudice about their own line of perception about this line of actual control along India-China border. So in that context, it becomes really important. Also, we have seen recently China, meddling between Indian and US diplomatic ties when China issued a statement regarding Indian and US soldiers having a military exercise in Oli. So it was in the last few days or few weeks, we can say China has been giving some sort of vibe that it is not liking India's military defense ties with other countries, especially along line of actual control, where it also has its own stake. And the latest military aggression that is coming from China is kind of opening a new front after Ladakh, and we'll have to see from here onwards whether Tawang will also have that massive troop deployments and armory along a line of actual control that we have witnessed in Ladakh over the last 2.5 years.
All right, Abhishek, Akash, I want you to stay with us. We're getting some breaking news coming in right now, and we're going to be heading to that.